Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because I'm at the beach and it's just beautiful this morning. But we got another warning, a good one, couple of them, but a big one from Jamie Dimon that really shouldn't be ignored. And I want to share that with you and a bunch of other news in the economy. Please hit the like button. Please share the video, helps the algorithm, comment. Join our email list because one's going out at the end of the week. And today we have a sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen, and I'll talk about them a little later. But first things first, Jamie Dimon, CEO of the world's largest bank, steps forward. And he's had these flip-floppy moments lately where it's, we're going into an economic hurricane. Things are bad, things are good, things are resilient, we'll be fine. But wait a second. Right now, he's talking about economic challenges and that people need to look no further than where they're at right now and that things are okay right now. And don't think that this is going to continue, that these good times are going to continue. Who out there of you sits there and goes, wow, this is great. Unless you repossess cars, you are a foreclosure expert, you're a divorce expert. I mean, come on. It's like everything negative is doing well. The real business, growth, is not doing well. People are paying a fortune to get money right now, and it is taking a huge toll on families, the economy, inflation, everything. And he's trying to sit there and tell us that this is just, hey, there's these are the good times and it's not going to last long. So these good times that are happening right now are going to end, and you shouldn't anticipate that they're going to be going on for the next 12 to 18 months. So this is the turning point. This is it. This is it. This is the turning point for the economy right now. And Jamie Dimon can tell you anything he wants. He wants you to borrow money. He wants you to hit up your credit cards. He wants you to go and buy a house. He wants you to put money into investment banks. He wants you to spend. Oh, and borrow, and pay our fees. Okay? This guy has made a ton of money this year because they took over banks that went out of business. And he is starting to feel it. He's starting to realize that the wages are not keeping up with inflation right now. I'm trying to do this and make sure I don't run into anything. But it's not. It's the headwinds with the central banks, with interest rates, with employment. Read the article below. Everything that he's talking about is something that you have to take a look at. It's the severity of this is too much right now. And the fact that people don't realize that, people just want to think that there's going to be some quick switch that's going to get flipped and everything's going to go back to, quote, normal. Whatever that is. What is normal? What is normal? I am telling you guys, you're going to look back in early September of 2023 and go, wow, those were some good times. We had money, we could buy things, we could sell stuff, people could openly invest. You could do things now that you will not be able to do a year to 18 months from now. That's what's going to happen. And that's what Mr. Dimon's talking about right now, is that people shouldn't expect this to go on for 12 to 18 months. So let me know. Now, a couple other things that you cannot ignore is the crime. Crime right now is a huge problem with retail crime. But think about this one, Lowe's, the home improvement retailer, number 2 to Home Depot, steps forward and says that their big problem is shrinkage from theft. Shrinkage in your balance sheet is what leaves the door without getting paid for. They anticipate that they're going to lose, here's this figure, $1 billion this year. $1 billion. Is that insane? That is unbelievable right now, guys. $1 billion is going to walk out the door at Lowe's, and it's only getting worse. You're seeing more and more crime and more retail crime, which brings up the next story, which this is unbelievable that this was sent to me, and I was like, are you kidding? From New York Post, but it didn't make the business section. It was just in lifestyle and crime. They should just have a crime section on New York Post now. But here it is. There are a gang that goes around robbing people at taverns, bars, and restaurants. Oh, wow, that's terrible, Dan. I've heard about these. No, you haven't heard about these. These are kids that are doing this. These are kids as old as 10, as young as 7, that go out and break into restaurants and walk in the back. And hey, you don't sit there and question a kid. Hey, what's this kid doing here? Kid will walk in, open purses, take it into the bathroom, steal whatever he can, and then throw it in the trash. This is happening over and over and over again. What happened to parenting 101? Tell me that. Again, you know, I didn't want to make prank phone calls as a kid because, you know, we may get caught. Back then, there was no, you know, caller ID. There was no star 69 where you could call somebody back from your phone. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. And just worried about getting in trouble, doing something stupid and getting caught. Well, these kids are stealing tens of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, checks, wallets, phones, jewelry, money, everything. They're stealing it. But again, when you read the story below and you see the surveillance tapes of a 7-year-old, hey, what's that kid doing? Again, horrible parenting, but led by somebody, because no 7-year-old's going, hey, let's go become a crime syndicate. Now, that sounds like fun. You know, I don't want to play basketball. Let's go do that. Okay? So these degenerates, raised by degenerates, are doing this, and this is out of control. But this is where society is. There is no penalty for any of this stuff. None of it. Nobody's getting penalized for any of this. Who is? Tell me who is. Okay? This is absolutely out of control. So, you know, what's next, guys? What's next? What would you do if you were robbed by a 7-year-old? Okay? You know, besides drop kick and, you know, oh my gosh, Dan, that's a terrible thing to say. I mean, what do you do? Seriously, what do you do? And then when these kids get arrested, here's the worst part. This is where they're being coached, okay? Hey, you can't do anything to me, I'm a kid. Leave me alone. And then they swear, and in the interview below, the worst thing about this is these kids are using profanity. They're telling these people off, telling them how it is. There's nothing you can do. Throwing the F-bomb all over the place. And again, quality parenting through and through. So let me know what you think about this, guys, because as we have $1 billion of shrinkage, Dick's Sporting Goods, Target, all these other stores have talked about, Walmart and everybody, how it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And these band of thieves that are youths, now not teenagers, which is what I thought they were sending me. No, it's kids, little kids. Hey, let's work together and doing this. This is insane, guys, right now that they're having this. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Let me know what you think. And, you know, where's your grandkids right now? Come on, that's stealing. Let me know. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen. You know, one thing that I do every day is take a scoop of collagen and put it in my coffee as I start my day. I have been talking about this product now for 3.5 months, and it has made a huge difference in my life. Collagen is something that we need. It's a protein that helps with our skin health, our nail health, hair health, gut health. But for me, the big thing was my joint pain. Joint pain went completely away with this. The good people at BioTrust set up a website, healthwithdan.com. If you go to Health with Dan, you can save 51% off Ageless Multi-Collagen. Very inexpensive, but so many people have purchased this. This is 5 different types of collagen from 4 premium sources. BioTrust has shipped over 15 million products, guys. It's a great company, but you need to look at an alternative to help you. These supplements make a big difference. You should try it today. Go to healthwithdan.com. Read everything about it because it makes a huge difference in purchasing and learning about the product. But so many people have gone back. In the last week, I've had 4 people reach out and say, I need more collagen. What's the link? Healthwithdan.com. Check it out today. One thing that's funny is we're getting more and more airline news that is more and more preposterous. So we're going to kind of do an airline edition of iAllegedly. And this is great because, as I have told you guys this time and again, when you travel, you need to have an emergency kit with you and pack things. I don't care where you're flying from, into, in case something happens and you get stuck on that plane, you want to be one step ahead of everybody and have something to eat during that time. Because let me give you a first thing, Delta flight, flying from Ghana to New York. First of all, where in the world is Dan? When I start traveling, do my travel videos, you're never going to hear me go, hey, Dan's in Ghana. Okay, that's never going to happen. Okay, so there's that. These people were traveling from Ghana to New York, and the Delta flight had some problems on the plane, mechanical. So they said, hey, listen, we got to land this plane. So they landed it on a deserted island, okay? This island, and they did not let the people off the plane for over 12 hours. People were begging for food. Please help us, please help us. Now, think about this. Airlines aren't what they were when I was a kid. When I was a kid, they'd feed you nonstop. You'd fly to Miami, and man, you'd get fed 3 times on that flight. They had so much food on that plane. You know, oh, I don't like the chicken, I want the roast beef. You know, oh, you only have fish? No, give it to my mom. You know what I mean? There was an abundance of food on those planes. Now, none of that, okay? So these people were starving on that flight, and you can only imagine how bad that one was. Now, the next one was Gil and Warren Press were flying from New Zealand to Singapore, and they got stuck next to a emotional support dog that was farting and drooling all over them the entire flight, which is great. So that's what you need. You need to have a dog that they said was just unbelievably loud with the flatulence, which I just thought was great. And the story's below, so I'm not making this up. But again, you know, my husband had shorts on, and the dog was drooling all over his leg. And normally you have to pay extra for that, but they didn't. The Warrens, Mr. and Mrs. Press, didn't have to pay extra for that. So there's that. Now, it just keeps getting better and better and better and better. The next one is Swiss Air, flying to New York. Only problem was the 111 passengers flying to New York City, and guess what? None of them had luggage when they landed. We forgot to load the luggage because we had a shortage of ground crew. So the people get to New York. Now think about this. Whenever you have a flight, some people that's their destination. Some people are going someplace else, gonna catch a cruise ship, gonna go and do something. You know, my driver's here, okay? I've gotta go. No, you gotta sit around and wait. These people waited around for 2 hours. Your luggage will be here soon, your luggage will be here soon. Then finally, 2 hours later, they admitted that they lied and that they never put the luggage on the flight. Isn't that great? That's awesome. Swiss Air, guys. Fly Swiss Air. We don't lose your luggage, we just don't pack it. Kind of busy. Don't have enough people working for us. So that sounds great. Doesn't that sound like great customer service? Some financial news that's kind of interesting. Apple is the world's most valuable company, and they may be dethroned soon by Google and by Microsoft, which I would think that they would be bigger companies anyways, but you know, they could lose their status as the world's most successful company. And one thing that's fascinating is Ken Griffith, who owns Citadel, the investment firm, moved out of Chicago because of crime, is talking about putting on hold 280 Park Avenue, where he was going to move his offices to. And the fascinating thing about this is that this is bad for New York real estate if this guy does this. And the talks have stalled. I always love stuff like that, you know, so they're not talking right now. So, not a good sign. Senator Josh Hawley out of Missouri is trying to do something that's well-intentioned, but it's not going to have the desired results that he thinks it's going to. He wants to cap credit card interest rate at 18%. That's it, 18%. Now, that's a lot and it's high, but you understand this audience is filled with a variety of people, and it's got people that are up and comers, people trying to get out of debt, people that just started out, successful people that had the 18%, and I would never pay that. You're right, this will destroy credit and credit cards as we know it if they do this, because you will never have the ability to have a credit card to rebuild your credit, a second chance credit card, somebody with no subprime credit cards, just gone, guys. So it's going to make it so people will not have credit as a result of this. So let me know what you think about that. But it's not well-intentioned. It really is. But it's not going to have the desired result. I don't think it would ever get through because of the lobbyist groups with the banks. And you can imagine, you know, JP Morgan, they own all these smaller banks too that also have subprime lending, and they want you to borrow money. That's the thing. And yeah, some people have to pay more money for it based on your FICO score. Now, one thing that you're seeing with the businesses that are closing and the people not going back to work is you're going to see more and more restaurants go out of business right now. The latest one, Veggie Grill. Veggie Grill is one of those veggie places that food was okay if you like all vegetarian stuff, like their iced teas. The veggie patty was okay, but they just closed 12 restaurants. And PK Pillen, the CEO, says it's based on office traffic. We don't have people spending lunchtime money. Now, the one that closed near me was at the Irvine Spectrum. So the Irvine Spectrum location has foot traffic all the time, guys, but that went out of business, shut down, done. So you're gonna see more and more restaurants like this go out of business. And did you guys ever eat at a Veggie Grill? Do you care? You know, but sign of the times. So this place is a shell of what it once was, 17 locations now, and that's it. Trying to strive for profitability, trying to stay open, trying to see if they can do it. Share your thoughts. We talk a lot lately about identity theft and, you know, people getting ripped off and, you know, click here, they call here, say they're from the bank and they're not. You need to understand this. This woman did something that was absolutely brilliant. Her name was Cheryl Friedman, and she got a call from what she thought was PayPal, and, you know, answered a bunch of questions, and then, you know, we're going to send you a text, click on this button, and then before you knew it, she had transferred $3,500 out of her PayPal account to a Bank of America account. And she's from Norton, Massachusetts, the story below. But the thing about this is that they said at first, you know, sorry, nothing we can do about it. You did it. You did it. And she filed a police report. She contacted, you know, PayPal. She contacted Bank of America, that was where the money was sent to. And they said, there's nothing we can do about it. Well, she was livid, rightfully so. She went to the media, and a local Massachusetts CBS station picked up the story and then started reaching out to PayPal saying, hey, how come you're not going to refund this woman her money? That got the money back. So thank God for that, guys, because, you know, it's just a matter of time until this happens. But you just be leery. Don't click on anything. Assume it's a scam, you know. And again, this woman, because they called her and they spoof the phone, and when they call it says PayPal on it, you're like, oh my gosh, PayPal, what are they calling me for? Well, because your account was compromised. Yeah, it's about to be compromised. So be leery of this stuff, guys, because it's happening more and more and more. MGM Grand, as I'm filming this video right now, the MGM Las Vegas hotels were the victims of a cyber attack right now. They are shut down. Now, you can sit there and say, what does that mean? Well, imagine they have, a lot of those hotels have electronic keys that don't work. So you can't get to your room, can't get your stuff. My medication's in there, my clothes, none of that. You can't gamble right now at the hotel because they're all electronic and they're all online. So there's so many things that are happening right now. Now, we'll hear more about this in the next 24 hours. But with the filming of this video, this is crazy because this is going to only happen more and more and more. These thieves are getting smarter, they're getting crazier, but to shut down not just one casino, but think about all the casinos involved with MGM. You know, there's just so many. And if you've ever been to Vegas, there's, you know, what, a dozen that they own, I think? I think it's 10 or 12. Anyways, it's crazy because this is just the beginning of this, guys. You're going to see so much more of this right now, and you have to protect yourself. Just assume that there is, you know, something wrong. When somebody calls you, you know, it's like when I got that letter from my late girlfriend's estate. It is sick, guys. I mean, it is really disgusting. how the thieves prey on people like this, because they do it at people's weakest moments, thinking that, oh wow, you're just going to give it up. No, 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 no. I'm done. Totally done with this. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think. And just a beautiful day out here. Isn't it nice? It's hot. Just a quick video for you guys today, but I'm going to end it with this. And I found a great article out of Axios talking about what does it cost to own a home, the true cost. Because all you hear about is your payment. You don't hear about the maintenance, you don't hear about the insurance, you don't hear about your water bill, your electric bill, you don't hear about anything like that. And this is the problem, in that people just don't want to put pen to paper and do that. You have to have the tax deduction. Well, that tax deduction's been, nibbled down to nothing. What is it, $10,000 now, guys? It's ridiculous. So, a friend of mine, Drayton, out of Las Vegas, who is a brilliant wholesaler of real estate, goes and knocks on doors and does it old school, times 50. And what I mean by that is this guy just doesn't look, hey, I'm going to take advantage of somebody. He looks for a family that, like, wow, you guys have these 4 properties. This one's dilapidated. Don't you just want the headache gone? Don't you want to use this money to go fix up those? Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Things like that. He's got all these different people that help him. But one thing that he posted today, which was a great video on what it costs to rent these crazy houses. He showed me a 3,500 square foot house, that was $3,000 a month. Couldn't buy that for $3,000. You couldn't rent that here for $3,000. So, look at renting, guys. Look at the true cost of this from one to the other. That's what nobody wants to do. Okay? Nobody wants to do that. I've got to be a homeowner. I've got to be a homeowner. I've got to be a homeowner. Okay, good luck. You will see houses fall off the cliff soon. Remember, this is the beginning. This is the turning point right now. And eventually, that's what's going to happen. So, a couple things to finish this off. McDonald's. McDonald's steps forward and says, hey, we're going to get rid of self-serve sodas. I'm thinking, oh, why? I love being able to walk up there and get it. Well, when you read this story below about the hygiene, and when I started talking to people that work in fast food restaurants, oh, Dan, we don't clean them like we should. Are you kidding? If they don't ask us to, we don't do it. Yuck, 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 yuck. So they're citing theft. They're citing crime with self-serve. They're citing people that walk in and steal sodas. Now, I was outside of a Del Taco in the last week, and a guy pulls up in his truck and has 2 large 44-ounce drinks that were from different restaurants and goes and takes them inside. And then came outside a couple minutes later, and I was on the phone, and I'm like, wow, that guy really just stole those sodas and just filled them up, put them in his truck, and drove off. Didn't buy anything, didn't have a bag, didn't buy anything. So, lovely. That's what you have right now. Final story is Jeff Bezos, which I remembered this and then I forgot about it. Jeff Bezos was adopted. His father didn't know, never met Jeff. 47 years after he was adopted, the guy finally realized, oh my gosh, my kid is the guy that I put up for adoption, Jeff Bezos, the billionaire. And they never met. Now that's tragic, that's sad, and that's awful from every aspect of that. So again, I always tell everybody, guys, it's never too late to be a good parent, okay? From somebody who beat his brains out to be a good parent, it's never too late. So please don't forget to hit the like button. No, it's too late for Jeff's dad though, because he's gone. So that's that. All the money in the world's not bringing that guy back. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And don't forget, hello@iAllegedly.com if you want to send me anything. I'll see you guys soon.